St. Luke United Methodist Church Children, Youth, and Family Ministries present Maundy Thursday devotions for children and families. Welcome. Hey there! We are going to spend some time reflecting on Maundy Thursday now, and I have a couple of activities to suggest and also the meaning of this word. Maundy, not Monday, Maundy, M-A-U-N-D-Y. Thursday, and do you know how this Thursday became to be known as this? It is the Thursday before Easter, and it can be called Maundy Thursday or Holy Thursday, and it comes from the language of Latin, which means to command, and it refers to Jesus' commandment to the disciple to love one another as I loved you. So Maundy means command, and Jesus instructed his followers and us now to love each other. Pretty cool, huh? Pretty amazing proclamation or command too. So what I want you to do with your families is create a prayer space. Maundy Thursday is often when we remember the Last Supper. It is when we remember the Last Supper and the washing of when Jesus washed his disciples' feet. So I have a prayer rock that I have been using all of Lent. You can take out a stone. If you have a prayer box, so this is one, you can put notes in there. Or if you have a jar, I'll show you my jar. This is our prayer jar at home, and we fill it with weekly prayers or daily prayers. See that? But find a table space and create a place for you guys to reflect during this whole time, all of Holy Week, or just on Maundy Thursday. See what you guys can do. I'll post prayer suggestions and layouts as well. Now we're going to read another story. And this story is called The Last Supper. And there are two parts to this story. There's a part that's very special to the Gospel of John, which is the fourth of the four Gospels in the New Testament. And then there's the story of the Last Supper. And I am going to start with the story that is special to John. In our Gospels, we have four: Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Matthew, Mark, and Luke all have kind of a similar tone. They have a similar style. Mark, as you've heard me say in the past, was young. Matthew was a tax collector, and Luke was a physician. And both Luke and Matthew wrote after Mark. They wrote their stories after Mark. And they had Mark as a resource. Do you know how sometimes if you're writing a paper or you're learning about something, you use other people's information that they have gathered to learn about the different facts and this different information, right? Sometimes you find things all on your own, but often we use other people. We use experts, or we use other people's experiences to learn about things. Well, for Matthew and Luke, they did just that. They used a lot of Mark's stories to help tell theirs. And for John just wrote his own version. And so that's why this story is unique and special, because it is his version. And John was one of the disciples. So here we go. This one is called Washing Feet. One evening during supper, Jesus got up and tied a towel around his waist and began to wash his friends' feet. They were shocked. It was a servant's job to wash feet. "Jesus, you mustn't wash our feet," said Peter. But Jesus said, "I am washing your feet because I love you. Now copy me and help each other." See that? Ooh, they are so surprised. Look at that. Look at that. So why do you think the story is so special and so important? Who was Jesus? Jesus was a teacher, and he was a leader. The disciples were his friends, but they were also students and followers. And back in their time, the people, Israel is a very dusty, deserty climate, and people wear sandals and wore sandals then or walked barefoot. So their feet were always dirty. And upon entering a home or a place, you would have to take off your sandals and probably wash your feet in a bowl of water. Well, this job was left to the servants. People that were high up certainly wouldn't do that, right? Can you imagine a queen or a king nowadays washing the people that serve them their lunch's feet? It was confusing to the disciples, but Jesus says, I am your leader, but we're in this together. And so let me share in this act of service, this act of kindness, and let me wash your feet. And so he did this, and then he turned to his disciples. He said to his disciples, "Now I want you to do this too. I want you to help each other. I want you to care for each other." Try this activity with your family. We've done this sometimes at St. Luke, where we've washed each other's feet and we've prayed about each other, prayed to each other. Take a bowl of water and a cloth. Make sure the water is nice and warm. Maybe you want to put some oils in it to make it smell really nice, or have a bar of soap. And wash your person's feet. Wash your family member's foot. And pray over them. Maybe there's a joy or a concern, or you just want to say, "Thank you so much. I love you, and you are a child of God." Now, we are going to read the story about a special meal. And I'm not going to name this meal quite yet. I'll wait until the end of the story. Okay? So, a special meal. Jesus was eating a special meal with his friends when he took some bread and thanked God and broke it into pieces and handed it around. "This is my body," he said. "I give it for you." And then he took a cup and thanked it and passed it around. "Drink this," he said. "I will die for many people because God has promised to forgive them." What do you think? What story is this? Which special meal is this? What's Jesus doing that we share with each other almost every month? For our congregation, it's the first Sunday of each month. Do you know what I'm talking about? It starts with a C, ends with an N. It has some other names too. Have you guessed? It's called communion, or the Eucharist, or the Lord's Supper, or the Great Thanksgiving. And here's the pictures. So this meal was the last one that Jesus shared with his friends and that Jesus ate. And this is the night before he dies. Want to learn more about our ministries? Please contact Emily Gilbertson, Director of Children, Youth, and Family Ministries at St. Luke United Methodist Church, by calling the church office at 920-458-3461 or email Emily at emily@stluke.net. We look forward to connecting, growing, and serving together with you. Thank you.